As you've gone through the course, chances are you've begun to pick up on the kinds of articles, the kinds of websites, the kinds of pages that attract higher paying ads. But I wanted to spend some time and give you a module that's sort of dedicated exactly to that. How can you maximize not only the amount you're paid per click, the CPC, but also maximize revenue from the site as a whole? And of course, one of those ways is to optimize the placement of the ads, the size of the ads, the colors of the ads, so that you get more clicks from the visitors who come to your site. And a second way to do that is, of course, to drive more traffic to your website. Now, there are hundreds and thousands of courses that teach search engine optimization, SEO, which is the methodologies for attracting visitors to your website and the methodologies for making your site appear higher in the rankings on a search page so that more people will click on you when they search for something and come to your website. That's the whole discipline of SEO. Now, I'm going to have a separate course on what you can do SEO wise to drive more traffic to your site. There's not time in a course like this one to talk about that, but keep in mind that you can have the perfectly designed site with the right kind of article content, the right ad placement, the right colors, and do all of that very, very, very well and not make much money because you don't have people coming to your site on a regular basis. So that is really key to being successful with AdSense, is to have a strategy that brings in visitors. But I did want to talk about a little bit more about the kinds of ads that you place. Now, earlier in the course you learned that when an advertiser is selling something, they're willing to bid a certain amount that they'll pay for a click. So in our example earlier, we said that Ford Motor Company might be willing to pay $2 for a click on a car about their Ford Focus. That's a real simple example. There are obviously a big range, a continuum of different products in the marketplace, from very, very high priced products like homes or large industrial equipment, manufacturing kinds of equipment, commercial kinds of equipment, vehicles, all of these kind of things at the very, very high end, even things like yachts and luxury items. So there's high-end products, and then there's, of course, very, very low-end products like chewing gum or candy or Coke or soda at the very low end. And obviously the amount that a company is going to pay for a click on a luxury yacht ad is going to be much higher than what a company would pay for a product like rubber bands or office supplies or something like that, because obviously with the yacht ad, the company's rationale is we might be able to sell a multi-million-dollar yacht, so we're willing to pay a great deal for a click on an ad like that. Now, occasionally you see things that feel out of sync, where you get a really high price click on a lower priced item, but usually that's just a mistake on the advertiser's part. So generally speaking, that's how it works. Lawyers, attorneys, mortgages, those kinds of categories, or very, very specific health products, cancer medications, those kinds of things attract very higher priced clicks. But just like it is in economics, where there are a much smaller population of people who are truly interested in clicking on the higher priced items, and so the audience for those clicks is a lot smaller. So whereas you might have the rationale, well, I'm going to create a site about luxury yachts and I'll attract some really high priced clicks. I mean, part of the logic is sound, because when people click on those ads, you're going to get paid a lot, probably. But the problem is attracting people to a site like that is going to be difficult, and there aren't going to be that many people in the general population who are interested in that. So in the process of thinking about what content you want on your site. You have to keep those two things in mind. And of course, the sweet spot, the combination between higher priced products and most searched for products, is where there's the most value. Now, people have figured that out. It's not a new concept to people who've been in the business for a while, that they want to try to find the products that cost the most and are most popular and most searched for, and then create a site like that. So I'll just to give you examples so you can visualize what I'm talking about. Obviously, some of the phones, the Samsung Galaxy phones, the iPhones, the phone that itself is expensive, wildly popular, hundreds of millions in the world, and the plans, the phone company plans behind the phones, make them even more expensive and more valuable. So people pay a lot for a click, and they're highly searched. So it wouldn't surprise you to understand that because they pay quite a bit for clicks, and because a lot of people search for them, that there are a lot of websites who create content about those topics. So what you need to do is sort of understand the area that you're targeting with your content. And a lot of times you'll just be writing content about things you know about or things you enjoy doing, in which case you don't have to get too sophisticated with that thinking. But you might think about new twists on your content. For example, if you have a celebrity site and you write some articles about the kind of jewelry that celebrities use, then what you've done is you've potentially combined two things that aren't combined very often. And this is kind of an expert tip, so I hope your antennas went up when I started talking about this, but think about it. So you might take a very popular movie star or recording artist that gets a lot of search, and then combine it with products that are expensive. So, if you talk about the bracelet, the diamond bracelet or the diamond necklace that a celebrity is wearing, chances are you can attract ads for jewelry, and also that same article may stand a chance to get more traffic, or at least more search results, because it's a popular kind of topic. So that's one strategy that you can use, combining those two kinds of ideas, text and language and references in your titles to products or product categories, and also more popular search terms. But just having a popular search term doesn't guarantee that you're going to get traffic there. That's where you need to use other SEO techniques, and I'll cover some of those in another course, but just want to kind of give you that background. Now, earlier in the course I mentioned that nowadays there are interest-based ads, which are the ads that kind of follow you around. When you've searched for bicycles on the internet, Google takes note of the fact that you're looking for a bicycle, and Google starts showing you bicycle related ads. And it doesn't matter if I'm on a cat website or a health website. If I've been searching for bicycles, Google's probably going to show me a bicycle ad even on the cat website. And that's good for you as the publisher. So what I just explained about the kinds of articles that you write and the kinds of product ideas that you put into the article text does not apply for interest-based ads. You'll get the best interest-based ad that Google can give you in those situations anyway, without you having to take action. So that's the good news in interest-based ads. But even if you think you're going to get a lot of interest-based ads, it's really good to focus on your titles first of all, and then kind of the text in your article. You don't need to optimize your text around keywords, but you do need to make sure that they're mentioned, and that you don't just rely on the picture to communicate the fact that your article is talking about jewelry or cars or whatever. You need to also have that in the text of your article. Hope that's helpful.